he doesn't stop. I've told him 1,000 times. He's doing too much, but he doesn't care. He just keeps going. Every single day, he wakes up with one goal: get better. He welcomes failure, just to understand it, just to break it down, just to beat it. When he doesn't see progress, it eats at him. Not because he doubts himself, but because he demands more. He doesn't care about average things. He doesn't care what they say about him. Not their opinions, not the party this weekend. He wants only one thing: to become better, and better, and better. He is a grinder, not just a man, a machine, a force. A grinder, like the device that reduces solid stone into dust. That's what he does with goals. He breaks them down. He crushes them into small, unstoppable actions. He makes the impossible real, like a mad scientist in the dark, relentless, obsessed. And that is why the grinder will never stop.
He turns vision into action, ambition into routine, dreams into dust and shape again. That's why the grinder will never stop.
Winning demands that you look stupid first. That's the game. You're gonna look like a clown the first time you try anything worthwhile. You wanna learn a new skill? You're gonna suck. You wanna start a new business? You're gonna look stupid. You wanna develop discipline? Guess what? You're gonna fail a few times. That's part of the deal. And the people who win are the ones who accept that cost and keep moving anyway. That guy that you see at the gym with the perfect physique, he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know how to eat. He didn't know how to train. He had no idea. He was just like you. That guy you see driving the car that you want, living in the house that you want, with the business that you want, he suffered. He got made fun of. He got laughed at. He was embarrassed. All of the things that you are. The only difference is they cared more about what they were becoming than what they looked like today. They failed over and over and over again, and every single time they failed, while everyone else was laughing, they got better.
You want to know what really separates the best from the rest? It's not talent, not even luck. It's obsessive discipline, even when no one is watching. Michael Phelps didn't become a legend because of his physique. He became one because for 6 straight years, he didn't take a single day off. Not on his birthday, not on Christmas, not even on Sundays. He trained when no one else would. And in that silence, he found his edge. Here's what most people don't understand. The best don't wait to feel motivated. They do what needs to be done, even when they don't feel like it. Because they've learned the mind can be trained just like the body. And when you master that, you become unstoppable. It's not about being like Phelps. It's about acting like someone who takes their life seriously. Do it for yourself. Do it every day. And one day, you'll look back and realize you became the kind of person you used to admire.
If you're not willing to look stupid, you're gonna get hung up on what other people think. You are not capable of winning. Because this test, the test that you pass in the beginning about feeling stupid and looking stupid and having doubt, having people laugh, that is the hardest test to pass. And if you can't pass it, you can't win.
I just don't feel like working out right now. I don't feel like putting in the work. I just feel tired. I feel like I'm not at my best. I feel I don't care. Nobody cares how you feel. Alright? Stop letting your emotions dictate your actions. Alright? Put in the work. Put in the work. Do it tired. Do it sore. Do it happy. Do it when you're motivated. Do it you wanna do it because you said you were gonna do it.
There's no light left in him. Only fire. Only silence. Only strength. Finished? Never. They mistook silence for surrender. But in truth, he was sharpening. In the dark. Quietly. Deliberately. Becoming something else. Now he walks like a prophecy fulfilled. This is what happens when you push the wrong soul too far. Call me a monster, but I am what the world forged, what it wielded. The world stripped away the softness of my soul, peeled back every layer of innocence, and carved me into something unyielding. It broke me, slowly, methodically, piece by piece, until I stopped trying to hold the fragments together. It tore at my mind, my body, my spirit, until all that remained was the rawness of survival. I didn't become this by choice. I became this because there was no other way. So don't ask if I'm finished. I haven't even started. He never spoke of the nights when the dark got too heavy, when hope vanished so completely it almost felt like peace. He never told them what it took to stay standing when everything inside him begged to fall apart. He just kept moving, colder each time, quieter, until one day there was nothing left to burn, only steel. Now he moves like a shadow etched into stone, not loud, not proud, just inevitable. They think he doesn't feel, but it's worse than that. He remembers everything. Every cut, every silence, every moment the world turned its back. He doesn't speak of revenge. He doesn't need to. Because now, he's not after anything. He simply is. And that is what makes him unstoppable.
Grinding hard, if you're worried about something that someone did to you years ago, you're being to yourself, man. You're not getting out there and squeezing that fucking soul out every day. If you grind hard, man, I ain't got time to worry about your monkey ass. I ain't got time to worry about you, man. Because tomorrow, I gotta go back to the grind. And tomorrow, I'll go back to the grind again. And again, and again, and again. I don't have time to put you into the hate thing. There's no hate. It's all filtered out, man, through the grind. You don't get it. There's great joy in the grind. Great joy in the suffering. It totally cleanses your body out, man, of any kind of hate. Makes you grow up.
That's the great divide of human beings. Who are you on those days you don't want to do things? It's easy to conquer when it's good weather. You got good sleep, work's going good, the family's good, you feel great, your body's not injured. Those are the easy days to conquer. But who are you on those fucking days when all hell's broke loose? Your body's fucked up, sore, you're depressed, you're miserable. That's the favorite person at school. Try to get moved. I be falling behind in life. Who are you on those days? This shit's all fucked up. That's the great divide. Those people who get up on those days, everything's fucked up and still grind. That's the separator right there. This isn't for the masses. This is for those who won't be thrown behind. Those who are searching for new realm. It's a lonely journey. We're isolated. Those who used to keep pace with you will fall off. They'll see where their world ends and yours begins. Your ability to suffer, endure, outwork must be greater. You must be willing to extend yourself to the limit. No guarantee of success. Every day, you must ask yourself, did I do enough?
He repeats over and over and over until pain forgets how to stop him, until doubt runs out of new things to say, until the weakness in his bones is crushed beneath the weight of habit. He repeats when it hurts, when it's boring, when there's no one watching. Not for glory, not for applause, but because stopping is no longer part of him. You think he's obsessed. You're right. You think it's unhealthy. He doesn't care. You see, he's not chasing dreams. He's chasing war. And the battlefield is always the same. A dark room, no noise, no rest. Just the next rep, the next mile, the next cold minute. He doesn't need variety. He doesn't need motivation. He needs the burn, the sameness, the weight. Because repetition is the only God he answers to. He's not faster, not smarter, not stronger, but he'll still beat you. Because he'll still be doing it long after you quit. He'll still be standing in that room, still doing the same object set, still running the same path with the same tired legs, still bleeding, still moving. And that's the difference. You want it to feel good. He wants it to work. You stop when it gets hard. He starts when it gets hard. You chase comfort. He gets discomfort for few. So you ask, why him? Why is he better? Why does he win? The answer is brutal, simple, cold. He repeats, even when he hates it, even when it breaks it, especially then. Because he's not building strength. He's building certainty, and certainty comes from doing what you said you'd do, when you least feel like it. He repeats, until life gives up trying to stop him, until failure gets bored, until time runs out of excuses. He repeats, until it's all that's left, and that's what makes him undeniable.
That hurt. You know when I flipped this switch in me where I was like, okay, watch this.
Tuff is the only way to the top. Pain is the only way to change. Obstacles are the only way to success.
You need to love pain. However, mentally, physically, love it. You need to love it. If not, then
And I just said, just shut up and let me enjoy this pain.
You will face pain on this way, suffering, frustration, humiliation.
If it's hard, good. It means no one else will do it.
Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid to sacrifice some blood.
Accept the pain. Smile at the pain. Embrace the pain.
Then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to, oh, poor everyone else who's gonna have to fucking try.
Pain is there to ask you one simple question. Do you really want to achieve your goals? Or are you just a talker?
You're in pain? Good, that means you're still alive, that means you're still in the fight. You want greatness without pain, that don't exist. If you ain't hurt, you ain't growing. Everybody wanna win, nobody wanna suffer, but suffering is the tuition.
And I fell back a lot. I fell back in this fucking hole of life. The second you think that you've overcome it, you climb Everest, you're on that last hole in life and say, not today, motherfucker.
You gotta pay in blood, sweat, and silence. The real ones don't cry about the process. They become animals through it. You think pain is punishment? Nah, pain is the teacher. Pain shows you where to go, who to cut off, what to fix. The pain don't leave until it teaches you. So stop running from it. Feel it, learn from it. Let it sharpen you like a fucking blade. And when it's all over, you unfuckable.
I've never met someone who's self-made that comes from a cush situation. The reason that they are fucking doing what they do is because they've had to call out of fucking darkness in some way, shape, or form. It might not be the same as yours, but there's something there that they had to fucking crawl the fuck out of. They hated it so fucking much that they were willing to do anything to get as far away from it as possible.
You need to see bad things as a blessing, because they're the building blocks to make you a man. When people say to me, this bad thing happened to me, I say, good. That's my instant response.
We can't sit here and look at people who have these cush upbringings and all these advantages and all this shit and say, oh, well, they got lucky. No, motherfucker, you got lucky. Because those motherfuckers never had to learn how to fight. They never had to learn how to crawl through the shit. They never had to learn how to fucking take blows and get the fuck back up. You did. That's an advantage. You got lucky. They didn't get fucking lucky.
This girl left me. I lost all my money. What do you mean good? Good. This is your chance to take all of that negative emotion, all of those building blocks, and turn yourself into a man that prevents these bad things happening to them ever again.
One of my guys that worked for me, he would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on, and he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say, good.
We're all, a lot of us are going through a hard time in life. Some people have been bullied, some people are just stressed out, some people are insecure, some people are fat and overweight, and the world puts a lot of this shit in your mind.
When things are going bad, there's gonna be some good that's gonna come from it. When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out, don't get startled, don't get frustrated.
I had to develop a mindset that was indestructible. I had to armor plate my mind. And it's about what you're saying to yourself, but it also comes with work. So whenever I was getting beat down, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever I was going through, just saying, I would put, you can't hurt me. Can't hurt me just became a message I would say to myself.
The prophet from the day, not those with most talent, not those with the best connections, not those who want it bad, not those who work the hardest will succeed, but those who can take the pain, those who are used to the pain, profit, honor will come.
The only way you're gonna have anything in this life is to wake up and to suffer the brutal reality of endless effort and to win by force. And that is the answer to 99% of your questions. That's the answer to how you get the girls you want. That's the answer to how you get rich. It's the answer to how you get in shape. It's the answer to how you become motivated. I can be motivated to do anything because I force myself.
I even miss the pain. That's why I even try and tell people that just embrace the struggle, bro. Because one day it's gonna be done. I look back on them times and actually somehow miss them still. But yeah, I miss everything.
Imagine if you could use pain as a fuel. Imagine if you could use the pain as a passport. Imagine if you could use the pain to push you, to condition you, to prepare you for the stages and the rooms you gotta walk into and the tables you gotta sit at and the stages you have to stand on. What if the pain can make you better? What if the pain can build a muscle? What if the pain can cause you to reach higher, to leap farther, to run faster? What if the pain could help you? What if all pain isn't hurt, but it's help?
The greater the pain, the greater the power. If you're gonna have the power, you gotta be prepared to deal with the pain. The pain is a part of the power.
Tough times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men. Weak men create tough times. Many will not understand, but you have to raise your voice.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
The price of progress is pain. The price of progress is pain. Most people do not want to experience pain. when you're attached to things, attached to people, attached to identities, attached to philosophies, attached to all these things, then you end up being in a situation where you experience pain. But you don't have to experience suffering if you live in a state of what? No expectation. Where you're just living life, taking it day by day, step by step, and enjoying yourself. So if you want progress, you must be willing to, in the process, experience pain.
Whatever you're going through right now, it's happening on purpose in order to forge you into the person that you were created to be, ultimately. But if you quit, you will never get to be the person that you were created to be.
The thing is, obstacles are going to come regardless. So what are your options? Are you going to give yourself the option of being knocked down and staying down? Or are you going to be like, okay, what is the insight? The obstacle just hit me, I'm down or I'm unhappy. It's insight, and now what's the problem solution? What's the steps to overcome it? And if your mindset is not conditioned to like overcome obstacles or understand that you're going to get hurt, you're going to get hit, and what comes after warning or venting is problem solving.
You put a goal. How you gonna feel, man, when you accomplish this goal coming from that shit? Coming from the fucking hell you came from. A lot of people start from a good starting point. They have a good foundation. What if you can surpass all these motherfuckers? What if everybody who was fucking way up here started up here? And you started with no legs. You had to grow fucking legs. You even start walking, and then crawling, and then running. And then you start passing people with all this given to them. I had to use all this negative shit that was making me weak and horrible as a person. I had to use this as the power that now fueled me. I had to flip it on its head and say, hold up. This might be exactly what I need.
There are two kinds of pain. Sort of pain that makes you strong, or useless pain. Sort of pain that's only suffering. I have no patience with useless things. Things like this require something enlightened. Undo the unpleasant thing, the necessary thing.
What if everything you're going through is preparing you for what you asked for? Think of it like this. The universe is using every challenge to adjust your energy and frequency, getting you ready for what you really want. Each tough moment is a lesson, helping you manifest your dreams by ensuring you're ready to receive them when they arrive.
So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, go out on the attack.
You're not alone, motherfucker. I'm with you. I'm with you. And all the rest of you motherfuckers want to talk shit about us crazy motherfuckers. I got a big ass fuck you. You're excited about this shit. Look at Drew. Crazy the motherfucker, ain't you? Like that shit. Who else is gonna be fucking ignored? Who else is happy when they go on a fucking show and they tell them they ain't got nothing to fix your ass? Who else would be happy about that shit but a sick motherfucker? Who else wanna tack the fucking sidewalk when they walk down the street? Who else wanna park the motherfucking crowd when they walk down the street? Nobody but a sick motherfucker wanna do that. I'm a sick motherfucker, and I know there's a bunch of other sick motherfuckers out there too. Sick motherfuckers in rust. Sick motherfuckers in fuck them range of motion motherfuckers. Fuck range of motion. Just get your ass up in motion. Laying down, sitting on the couch talking shit ain't gonna get you a goddamn thing. But your feelings hurt. And a fat fucking stomach. Put your ass in motion. Then you worry about my range of motion. That's the second time she ever did a deadlift. The second time ever. But she wasn't scared like you Snap City bitches of hurting herself. She said, fuck that. I'ma do this shit. And step to the ball. Got more balls than you punks sitting on the couch talking shit you ever had. Scared of your own motherfucking saddle talking shit. Monty the Monty is here. Monty the Monty just walked in off the street. Walked in off the street. Walked in off the street doing this shit. Don't try that shit at home. You can't do that shit. You a Snap City, your Snap City little bitch made ass trying to do that shit at home. Get out with it, Dylan. Get out with it. Oh! Own this shit. I got tingle tingle. To get to the top of the mountain. Don't look for a motherfucking easy way out. I hear you say it, but do you mean it? Do you really mean it when you say you want to make the side go? Do you really mean it when you say you're tired of being an ordinary motherfucker? Do you mean it when you say you don't want to be like everybody else? Do you really mean that shit? Or you just talking to hear yourself talk? It sounds good.
Instead of spending time getting in the mood to work, just start working. Confront the work. People think they need perfect conditions to start, when in reality, starting is perfect condition.
You only got one life, guys. Again, work it right. You only need one. People who don't have a sense of purpose, a mission, don't have a consistent routine, and that they can close an addiction. And it's not always Vicodin or some drug addiction. It could come as something benign as porn, gambling, overdrinking, too much television, things that slowly chip away at humanity, things that people use to escape. belly and pointy titties and pear shaped. And you're like, whoa, where'd this come from? It was the absence of purpose and it was absence of routine. And you need it. Humans think they're compulsion to lifestyle different than the traditional.
The emotionally immature man seeks out motivation to do something hard one time. The emotionally mature man uses discipline to do something hard 1,000 times.
You have emotional maturity, you realize that some days you're not going to sleep well. Some days you're going to wake up and you've got your schedule and everything's planned out and the poop hits the fan. You got to eat those shit sandwiches, right? And whether things go well or not that day, the emotionally mature man will still do what he has to do to stack his wins, to focus on his purpose. Whereas the emotionally immature man will say, well, I didn't sleep well, I had nightmares, so I'll stay in bed. I didn't sleep well, or it's raining outside, it's cold outside, I don't feel good. I just woke up and the airplanes hit the World Trade Center, so I guess I have to change my pattern of life. You have to stay the course no matter what. You have to have emotional maturity because your emotions dictate your motion.
This next generation's coming up, and I don't need to. It seems like a bunch of pussies to me, you know? So, because of that, there's never been a right now. If you're a fucking savage, and you get out there and you grind hard, and you want it bad enough,
You can have what you want in 5 years, but there's two conditions. You have to aim at it. Okay, so let's say you're willing to play that game. Might be wrong because you're going to buy a bus tomorrow, but you're going to play the game. Okay, now the next step is, all right, figure out what you want. Write it down. Figure out what you want. Start moving towards that, okay? Do that with your family relationships. Do that with your friendships. Do that with your career. Do that with your education. Think about your misuse of alcohol, drugs, and other things that might drag you down. And the issue is, well, how? That's not really the relevant question. You can pick a disciplinary path. That's why I often tell my clients, especially young people, they say, well, I don't know what to do. That's okay. Nobody does. Go do something. Do the best thing that you can think of. Put the best plan you have into practice. It's not going to be perfect, and it will change along the way. But it will change partly because you become disciplined pursuing the path. And as you become disciplined, you become wiser. And as you become wiser, you become able to formulate better and better plans.
The man who never failed has no glory. The man who failed and got back up, that's who's glory. The man who fell 20 times and got up 21 times, that man has even greater glory. That man has more courage, way more courage than the guy who was so strong from birth that he never failed. There's no glory.
Heaviest things in life aren't iron and gold, but unmade decisions. The reason you are stressed is that you have decisions to make, and you're not making them.
We're all writing a book. What's your book look like? What does your book look like? Like your life is a book. You got a bunch of chapters in your book, but when they close that book, how good was the book?
If your definition of success is win or lose, giving everything you've got and growing or learning along the way, then you're setting yourself up for success. I really think the biggest cheat code in life is just going after it and not being concerned of whether or not you fail at one specific task. Instead, understanding the big picture, what your long-term goal is.
Yes, I own.
It is so easy to be people today. They're so soft. They have no work ethic. They do anything. Distracted. They're social media. They're kind of impatient because they can't shit. They can't say no. Your excuses will destroy you. Take everything that you ever wanted.
The biggest thing is you. The whole book is about you handling yourself. You understand? Look at you. Anybody gets in your way. How do you with God that can take any pain and suffering, judgment? How to build this callous mind. How to do something.
If my life was a movie and someone were to watch it, I hope they'd be inspired to take risks. Not just risks to achieve success, but embrace feeling. Both pride and shame, fear and excitement. Personally, I want to experience as much life as possible. That only happens when you embrace the highs and lows.
No one's gonna cut me off. No one's gonna cut me off. These bitches me against me, period. And so I had to man up. And I said, once you guys start doing this, man, see every fear I have,
give up on the slightest struggle without discipline. 100%. With discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Nothing's permanent. Nothing's perfect. That's why I've always been. You have to keep what you want to be in front of your mind. Because you're going to always lose it within the suffering.
You can elect to put yourself into a position to become a stronger alloy of whatever the metal is that you're made of. And by purposefully choosing difficult things, you will arm yourself against that situation. It's still going to suck.
Hard times create hard men. Hard men create soft times. Soft times create soft men. Soft men create hard times. We are now around soft men and hard times. We're in the time of toxic masculinity, right? Where you can be toxic male.
The more you put into anything in life, the more you're going to get out. Now, for whatever reason, people understand this, and they understand that the more you put into building a business, the more you're going to get out of it. The more hours you spend working on anything, the more you're going to get out.
This is probably one of the heaviest hammer blows I've seen today. This next one. This is a real hammer. No, it's not. It's an existential one. You've already achieved goals you said would make you happy. You've already achieved goals you said would make you happy.
Because if I just think, well, tomorrow I'm just going to coast and eat Twinkies and watch TV. Oh, hello sadness, my old friend. Hello depression. Because when you're not doing anything, you feel like shit.
Where's the motivation when you can't read and write? Where is it? So how did this happen? I just did. I said maybe at the end of this journey there'll be something there for me. If not, I can read. If not, I'm already 85. There's no magic. There's no, let me wake up and look at some shit. No. I was born responsible. You gotta be willing to do the work. You can speak about it all day. The easiest thing in the world to do is to complain, blame, and quit and settle. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. But it takes real work to deconstruct and to reconstruct the thought process and the mindset of an individual when they're trying to change something. That's why I always say to people, what's more important, what we acquire or who we become? You're a man. You are a man. Stand up and be a man. Make the hard decisions. Make the sacrifices. Make the unpopular decisions. And become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, full responsibility to change.
And what's interesting about most skills is that the amount of effort that it takes to maintain a skill versus the amount of effort it takes to grow a skill is like 1/10 the amount of effort. And so this is where the effort arbitrage is so important in terms of allocation. And so if you do a 4 out of 10 on 10 things, you will make progress on none. You will make the same amount of progress that you could have made if you just did 1 out of 10, which is none. You just don't regress. But the extra 3 points that you save on the 9, you could put on one other item and have a 10 out of 10 or a 13 out of 10 in effort. And then after every periodized chunk of time, have a big W or win that you can look back on and say, I did that, and therefore I am. I get happier about the harder it is because I know that no one else will follow.
It's a selection effect.
And I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to oh, poor everyone else who's going to have to try.
Listen, every day when you get out of bed, life's standing right there to kick you in the face, man. And you have to be ready for it, and you got to deal with it. You can't curl up into a ball, you can't run away from it, you can't hide. You have to take all this shit head on.
You've got to work harder, you've got to commit more, you've got to take more responsibility, you've got to deal with more ups and downs. And if we can deal with that question, how much are you willing to suffer?
think that life is unfair. You might think that life dealt you a bad hand, but I'm here to tell you life will give you exactly what you tolerate. And if you've been tolerating mediocrity, you've been tolerating average, you've been tolerating this victim mentality that you're carrying, then guess what? You have exactly what you deserve.
I don't deserve to be that man, but I can still do the things that can create it. And that also means that I have to go through the circumstances that would create that man. Which means that if I have unbelievable big dreams and big goals, then I have to go through hard times. It's like hate. The hard times are a requisite for success. And so if you're going through hard times right now, it means that you're on the path to success. And it's not that you're on the wrong path, it's the feeling of being on the right path.
You can believe you're not worthy of a thing and still attain it. You can be adamant that your efforts are going to go badly and still succeed. You can grip and grasp and fear and ruin the enjoyment and be totally unwarranted and things still go well. You can have no self-belief and show up anyway. You can want more for yourself without knowing exactly what that looks like. You can doubt the process, question your talent, be uncertain that you're making progress, disparage your accomplishments, permanently feel like you're not working hard enough no matter how hard you work, never give yourself a break, fail to fully feel gratitude, be terrified of never reaching your goals, and still end up in a place that your 20-year-old self could not imagine you'd ever get to.
If you're going through that right now, like I promise you, every single person who wants to do something with their life and has done something with their life has gone through the exact chapter that you're going through. And it's the lonely chapter. It's the chapter where you don't fit in with your own friends, but you don't have the outcomes yet to fit into a new group of friends. And you're doing this thing, you're consuming content on the internet, you're doing these free tutorials online to try and figure out how to set up a podcast and where do I host this thing? And you're going through this and you're like, is this even worth it? Because you have no signs of success, right? But if there's anything that you can take away from what we're saying right now is that the sign of success is the hate that you get along the way. And what you can't do is bend the knee to their hate and fit back into the conformity because it's comfortable and it's warm. Because, like in the Matrix, when Trinity opens the door, when Neo's about to go take the red pill, and he wants to get out of the car, she says, Neo, you've been down that road. And you know exactly where it leads. And I know that's not where you want to be. And then he closes the door. Like right now, this moment that you're going through is Trinity opening the door and being like, you could go back. But then you'd have to remember exactly what the reason was that you decided not to go out to begin with. Just because you listen to this podcast and you consume this content, you're like, I can do more than this.
99% of people in the world are convinced that they're incapable of achieving great things, so they aim for the mediocre. The level of competition is thus fiercest for realistic goals, paradoxically making them the most time and energy consuming. If you are insecure, guess what? The rest of the world is too. Do not overestimate the competition and underestimate yourself. You are better than you think.
Don't take today off. Not today. Wait until tomorrow. Don't give in to the immediate gratification that is whispering in your ear. Shut that. Do not listen to that voice. Instead, go through the motions. Lift the weights. Sprint the hill. Work on the project. Get out of bed. Now, as an overall rule, I do not like procrastination. You need to get things done.
Everyone does a few reps when the burn starts and they stop. No one goes the extra mile and keeps going. Like no one's in here right now. Why? Because it's Saturday evening, everyone's about to party, no one's in here. It's me. You know, no one goes the extra mile. The thing about traffic jams, guys, there are no traffic jams in the last mile of the race. It's just you and your shadow. In the beginning, everybody's there. All the pretenders and the contenders. They're all there. For the last yard of life, the last mile of the journey, ain't nobody but you and your shadow. Traffic jams don't exist that far, because everyone else started giving up.
A blade does not become strong. It does not become tempered until it's been through the fire. Until it's been through the fire several times. And this is just your first or second time through the fire. And there's a lot of hammer work that has to take place. And then you're going to have to go back in the forge again. And it's hot. And it melts you down and you're uncomfortable. And then life is going to pull you out and it's going to put you on the anvil and it's going to hammer on you some more. And you're going to say, what? Am I done yet?
Am I a sword for the ages? No, you're not. You're not done yet. Embrace the process. And don't look for what you are supposed to be fully, completely polished, sharpened, edged, tempered at 26 or 36 or 46. You've got a lot more force time left. You've got a lot more candles left. And it takes time. But if you will patiently embrace the process, then by the time you get up in years, you can be a man that you're proud of.
A year from now, it's gonna happen like that. And who is your future self? 1 year
Yes, I own the
party Saturday night, and I'm gonna sacrifice loans of life. You know, tonight will be number 2. Tomorrow I'll be strong. Another day will go by. There's still 5 of that happens so fast. Who are you gonna be? And a year from now, that future person. We know that day's coming. Can't go back. Don't look forward. We know that day's coming. Right now,
If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're going to try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. Go all the way. It can mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It can mean freezing on a park bench. It can mean jail. It can mean derision, mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it. Despite rejection and numerous odds, you'll be better than anything you could imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There's no other feeling like that. You'll be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. Do it. Do it. All the way. All the way. You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is.
You've been there, you feel it, you understand what it is, and then you have that time to adjust. That's why losing in life is so important. Whether it's getting dumped, getting fired, losing a game, loss, those feelings where things didn't work out your way, that's important. Because it lets you know this is the bad feeling that comes when it goes wrong, and you improve, and then it makes the good feelings of victory all the better.
It's crazy. They put a title on us. You know what a title does to people? A title is the greatest separator of all time. It allows you to go away in your comfort zone saying, he's just nuts. He's special. Special person. That gives you get out of jail free card. You can go ahead and be normal now. You're just special. No, we found what we want in life.